Hello and welcome everyone to New Moon 2025 Cycle 11 Standard Format. Join us as we watch players prepare and practice for the upcoming Blood Moon. You might be wondering, what is this Blood Moon? And if so, then welcome to the stream. Blood Moon is a big tournament series that happens 3 or 4 times a year, and it lasts for 4 weeks and it has 2 different stages, a round robin stage and the top cut double elimination bracket. And you might be wondering what that battlers are fighting for, and of course it's glory. I mean, the winner of the Blood Moon will receive the unique Moon Master role, which is a special role that only one person can have at a time, and it's given to the winner of the last Blood Moon. So if a new winner gets crowned this Blood Moon, then it will change hands and so on. And there are also cash prizes. So thanks to the generous donations of our Pro-Fi subscribers, we've been able to add cash prizes and increase them throughout the Blood Moon. So this Blood Moon, I think we are starting at around $100 with a 50, 30, 20 split for first, second, and third place. But the numbers I'll have to double check. That being said, Blood Moons are very intense, so if you're interested in joining, keep in mind that they last for multiple weeks and players joining are expected to play all of their matches. So if you are able to play all of your matches and you're up to the task, then you still have time to join. Sign-ups are open until the end of today, so if you're interested in joining, make sure to submit your build. Or if you need any extra time, then mention it in the tournament channel in the Discord, and there can be extensions as well. Alright, with all of that being said, joining us today on commentary is going to be Sol Express. Hello, Sol.
Hey guys, what's going on? Let's get the battle started. I'm so ready.
Alright, and without further...
I have to stretch.
I mean, everyone, yeah, make sure to stretch before exercise, and these battles are intense, so we're gonna need the stretching.
So true.
Alright, without further ado, let's head into the setup for our first match of the day with Master vs AndMySax.
Alright, so this is going to be an interesting fight indeed too. Well, actually, Master might be a new name for me. Has Master entered some of our tournaments before?
I believe so, yeah. They've been around for quite a while, and they've been on and off, I think, and they've played in the past as well. And funnily enough, I didn't realize it until recently, but I think they're the same person who's done the Chipdale plugin or extension website thingy, which is really fun and yeah.
Oh, okay. Master's in Twitch chat right now. No, excuse me, YouTube chat. Master says, I did play before, but that was like 3 years ago. That was a lot.
Yeah,
well, this is the comeback game for Master here. So let's go over their setup first, because they've got a really spicy one here with Chip Shuffle making an appearance. Now, Chip Shuffle is actually pretty interesting. I personally like to play it more in a Gregar focused like build, but it being here allows you some flexibility with using your Dust Cross a little later, or you can use it earlier depending on how you want to mix the two abilities, but having the ability to go through or sift through your folder at all times is really good. Now, the problem with Chip Shuffle is that it takes up a lot of space, right? So you can't fit a lot of really cool programs like Attack Max, for instance, or even sometimes Charge. It's really hard to get a lot of value. However, Master is packing a hub batch as a Giga here, which is an excellent combo to have alongside Chip Shuffle. So we're going to be seeing a lot of like consistency in this build between Dust, between Shuffle, and finding hub batch. The goal is going to be to find hub batch as soon as possible. Now here's where the wrench in the plan comes into fruition. AndMySax is playing uninstall. So now you have a situation where you do want to use hub batch as soon as possible to have that in effect, but your opponent has the one chip that says that you do not get to play your win con. Now, it's going to be up to Master to play around this with their defenses and pay very close attention to all the chips that can have uninstall attached to it. In this case, that is only Machine Gun 1, as there are no other G-coded chips in this folder that can be attached to a uninstall. However, I think there is one more chip. There's Windrak. So it's either Windrak or Machine Gun 1 that we'll see to uninstall on. Most likely Machine Gun, because they can bypass traps, which is a good way to beat out some defenses and get a bonus install on top of that. But it could go on a Windrak too. So there are those options. Master's going to want to pay attention to that.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, just briefly looking at AndMySax folder, they also have a lot of very powerful chips. Like they have the W code combo with the Magnums, Gundam Souls, and that Barry 200, as well as some A-code chips with elect pulses. So they are going for really quick finishes, and they have that full cost as well. So it's definitely going to be interesting seeing how this matchup plays out.
Let's get into it.
Alright, so we're looking at Master's point of view, so we will be seeing all of these chip shuffles. And an interesting thing about chip shuffle is that if you go into Dust Cross, you will lose the shuffle, so you can only have one of them. Imagine if you could Dust Shoot and then shuffle. That would be interesting.
That'd be kind of obscene. That would be kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
But I do want to shout out this build that Master has made for us for today. It's primarily S code, and it's using things like Train Arrow and Bamboo Sword. It's like these chips haven't specifically been seen in tournament in so long, and I'm so glad that people are branching out to use these other chips again. Now, the question becomes, why are these chips not so often used? Bamboo Sword is used a lot more, especially when it's on code, by players like Nerith, I've remembered, but it's not often seen because they're kind of strict on how they're used, and there's better swords like Muramasa or Neo Variable, right? First barrier will be deleted thanks to Sir Charles here. There goes the IC, nice. Anti-Navi is set up, and there goes the focus. Now, focus here is really good for both players because one has shuffle and the other has dust. But I really like the flexibility here for Master because he doesn't have to commit dust so early.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, going into dust against AndMySax, who has 2 Magnums, has that Erase Man as well, it's going to be and the Machine Gun Star, so it would be very, very scary to go into dust immediately. This is one of the benefits in using chip shuffle. You can go into Beast Out, you can go into whatever cross you want, and you'll keep your search engine, you'll keep your ability to look at chips. Ooh, this new VAR is going to get so much value if they're able to land it.
Oh, yes, it's got to get the double. Oh, goes for the safe option. I respect it. You could have got double life sword here, but doesn't want to get interrupted, just wants the quick release and get rid of the life for one fell swoop. I respect it. And plus, there's less input error going for the supersonic boom than it is for the other moves, so I'll take it. Now, Barry Hayden in YouTube chat says, both people or players are running bug stop. Does that stop the Buster Jam proc? Yes, it does. When you run bug stop in the Navi customizer, it turns off all bugs, so you will go into this match with no bugs, period. Bug fix fixes the bugs during the match, so the benefits become apparent. Could you imagine, PZ, if bug stop in the custom?
I'd rather not imagine, yeah. that would be tedious, yeah.
That would be so good. Yo, Gregor would be eating. Anyway, ×2, nice. Gets the freeze, gets the double freeze. Train out
the amazing combo.
We keep it going with all the freeze stacking. Oh my gosh. That's how that works.
So much damage. I think that was almost 1,000, more than 1,000 damage in one turn. That was a brutal combo from Master.
It was a program advance. Nice tuning. Yo, So this is what happened. Aqua Dragon creates ice panels, which allows the second Aqua Dragon to create another ice panel. Both ice panels freezing. Now we can use the train arrow to hit a frozen opponent on an ice panel to continue freezing. It was just insane.
Oh, now AndMySax is going to have to fight their way back almost half the HP of Master and trying to regain the area. The near variable double life sword, but gets blocked by an anti-sword, and now the Meteor Knuckles hits, bringing down the difference between them. AndMySax is very quickly catching up. So like see Master's going for the freeze and has their own combo as well. Ooh, the end life from the electron phone is so long they unfortunately weren't able to release that bamboo sword and will have to throw it away.
No, thank you. Oh boy. Give me 1 second.
That was so Express Junior. But yeah, so now Master is going to take Hub Badge into this turn, and as Sol mentioned during setups, Hub Badge gives you access to a number of very handy program parts from the Navica. So you'll get air shoes, float shoes, attack stats, max custom, and especially the max custom works very well with Shuffle because it gives you access to a lot more things to go through. Element Man is going to land from AndMySax and going for the freeze. Let's see what the follow-up is going to be. It might be Aqua Sword. Ooh, Windruck uninstalled just after the Hub Badge gets used. Master retaliating with the Judgment time through and the crossing. The HP is very low. This next turn is going to be crucial for both sides.
The Buster Procs here, well, not Buster Procs, but using the Buster here to get some damage in is really crucial. That was 50 damage taken already from that already really low HP. So it's actually very important to remember, using a B button does add up a lot of damage. Did we actually get Hub Badge?
We did, but it was immediately uninstalled. So this next turn might be a bit scary. AndMySax has the Gundam Souls. What we might see is a Gaddon into 3 Gundam Souls, and Master currently doesn't have any answers to that.
Not even a single one. But they could go for a cross change into Tengu to preemptively fight against that inevitability, because Tengu does give you access to air shoes, but it looks like they chose not to lock in a cross, which might be extremely detrimental here. I don't know if that was the right call.
Yeah, I mean, going into Tengu is also risky because if your opponent uses Electros into Aqua Sword into Electros, that would still do quite a lot of damage and can bring you to no HP. And now AndMySax is going for Beast Over. Let's see what the play is. And the Beast Over uses Fast Minus Q on an invisible opponent, which should be impossible, but seems to happen occasionally for some reason.
Here goes the Electpulse. Eraseman was also there. This could have been a devastating turn, but the Beast Over is not acting as an ally for AndMySax at all here. Now, what's really going to be important is sticking the landing on this Flash Bomb for the end of turn. Nicely timed. Nicely timed. And Falzar not being able to land on top of it because it's floating above the terrain. So this also means by stepping out of the range or off of that panel alignment with the Flash Bomb, it will line up and actually get an attack through. However, we do see that AndMySax here has a trap active, so this could be... Okay, barrier goes up instead, so maybe that trap is not... Oh, the HP drain is insane! Full cast? It's close. It's so close. There goes the Tengu. Excellent decision.
Yes, this is the perfect time because now a Gaddon Gundam play could still be devastating. It looks like the Gaddon is in mind, but Master think about it and going. Yeah, so it had all the answers, removing the barrier and then going for the elements.
Excellent game one to Master here, playing those chips masterfully. You see what
I approve, but also,
his name is Matt.
Look at the screen. We see Hub Badge turn 1, which should be impossible. But that is another benefit of using Chip Shuffle. It's the only way you can have access to Giga Chip turn 1. So if you're concerned about the turn 1 bug fix, this is turn 1 Hub Badge.
But turn one out match. Here we go. Making player zero proud out here. I already know because he's in the chat with us. Invis is coming up into the full cast. Not sure why we burn Invis here because we know our opponent doesn't have access to rush. So not really something you needed to do. Maybe they wanted to get just a chip deeper into their folder, but at the same time you're using Hudbatch this turn, so I'm not sure if that was really necessary.
Yeah, I mean, the Invis is an interesting chip because in this matchup in particular, you're playing against someone who has 3 Gundal Souls, 3 Illic Pulses, and they all pierce Invis on top of the Judgment and the Raceman. So your Invis will get less value, but you can still use it to block some key chips like the Magnums, the Element Man SP, and Spout Man SP, or the Meteor Knuckle. So it can still have some value long term.
Well, what's interesting about Hudbatch early on is that it's really good for Fowler charge shots, but Fowler charge shots aren't like as reliable, I want to say, all the time in terms of damage output. So in order for Tomahawk Cross to really put pressure on the opponent, they're going to need something like area grabs or a couple of double bubble into freeze.
That is actually...
And anti-navi gonna here.
No, I was just gonna say that's actually very interesting because that bubble froze on the second hit, which I feel like I've never seen before, where the opponent was bubbled and then when hit by another bubble on an ice panel gets freeze. That's interesting.
That was really interesting. Pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie to you. Now, this is interesting here too. Ice Code is a very underrated code. Like, first of all, Slashman SP, very powerful SP chip to have on a folder, but it is slightly walled out by something like Geddon. But with +1 area and you camping your back row, the kunais will always do a significant portion of damage. Life Aura is up now. Slashman here to save the day. The kunais won't do any damage, but hey, we just needed the slash to take care of the barrier. And just like that, full cust. Oh man, not a great turn for AndMySax here, because now they lose out on the aura into a full cust turn. This means they're giving their opponent the ability to combo into infinite. And combo into infinite they will, starting off with Erase Man into the double train arrow. This could be a very devastating turn.
I mean, we saw what it did last game with that massive damage, and now with the Erase Man getting a D-cross and potential confirming. Let's see if that lands, and it looks like it does.
Oh, that's a connection. No defense could have been the anti-damage, but it doesn't matter. Times two. No, he mashes out. He mashes out with surviving with 1 HP. Undershirt. Playing dividends. Never leave home without your shirts, ladies and gentlemen, because that's how you stay alive. 1 HP and a dream on the stone makes them land. And now it comes down to this 1 HP.
Yeah,
what do you do in this situation? It's
going to be almost impossible for AndMySax to come back because over 1,000 HP difference. And if we look at their options, they don't have any recoveries. They do have few barriers and few damaging options, but with that, especially with the Illic Pulse 1, if Master just mashes it, it's going to be very, very difficult for AndMySax to protect against it. The only play for AndMySax might be to go into Beast Over and then gamble on using Geddon into maybe Gundal Souls, but we'll see who doesn't and goes into Tomahawk for that grass healing instead.
Barrier 200 coming up for some defense here, but the recovery is going to be important here. That's what we really wanted. Now our undershirt is going to trigger once again. 3 HP, that's enough to survive another devastating hit. Excellent decision, abusing the grass mechanics with Tengu healing on the panels. Oh, this is why I love shirts so much. 4 HP is all I need, baby. Just got to get one good combo in there. Maybe like a Geddon on top of some Gundal Souls. Could be enough to easily clear through 1,000 HP. Although in the timeout for the barriers too. Element Man SP. Oh wait, but that's an anti-damage. That's right. Woo. Oh, making him step forward here. Oh, the anti-sword would be huge.
Oh, and so then my
Barrier
going
200.
to release that charge shot, which activates it. But the invis just in time. Now he needs to step back.
Invisible!
Ooh.
Oh, Daniel's got a leg post still. AndMySax 6 is activated, but he has to survive just a little while longer, so that way Undershirt can be re-triggered here. This, ladies and gentlemen who doubt me, this is why you bring a shirt. This is why you have to bring a shirt. It matters so much. This situation would not be occurring if he decided to skip leg day, bro. I don't know what to tell you. This is it. This is the reason why, bro.
Oh, and now we see the beast over. We're seeing the Gandalf. These might be the Gandalf souls, and Blessed doesn't have any answers.
Ayo!
Ooh.
Summon in black! Oh, this is it! 100! All that damage in one turn! He's overprotecting us on the last bit of points we have!
And now Master's
the reverse beast over's here!
This is very, very close. If AndMySax has any defense left, which they might not do, this could be game. Let's see if they survive. Oh, and the wind drag beast over, finishing off.
Wow. What a game! Yo, Master was sweating, boy. I know. So was Sax. The sweat is here, bro. We just got here and it's already a sweat fest. Yeah. Yeah. Oh man, AndMySax said, "Oh, call an ambulance," but not for me.
That was insane plays. The comeback from AndMySax and then ending it at 1 HP on both sides, almost getting the victory, but just losing at the very end to that one drag. Very well played to both sides. That was an insane match to start with.
I think he accidentally walked off of the panel, the whole panels, and trapped himself. So what happens is, if you don't have air shoes, right? If you're on top of a whole panel already, you can move on the other whole panels. The second you step to a regular panel or a cracked panel, you're locked there because you don't have air shoes. So what he should have done was probably walk forward, but it's still scary because going for the wind rack or expecting the wind rack is probably what AndMySax did expect, because that's what was left in the folder, and you should be keeping track of what chips your opponent has been using. Even if he walks forward, he walks into a collision body, right? So he still takes the deletion from that, which is probably why he stepped down there. It was tough. It was a good game.
Yeah, definitely. It was very close. But with that, let's head into the setups for next match of the day with vs AndMySax. Alright, so we've just seen AndMySax play, and they're going back for the revenge. They want to go all in on Rhaegar now, and looks like an interesting Rhaegar folder.
Yeah, it's a very interesting Rhaegar folder indeed, because it's bringing back a very powerful program in the form of anti-damage. Now, anti-damage is a chip that we all know and love. When we use it, it gives us this temporary invulnerability to any damage that is 10 or more in terms of damage, or it gets broken by a cursor chip. So that's pretty unfortunate. However, in the Navi customizer is crazy. It gives you that same property, but it cannot be removed from a cursor chip, right? So any damage you would take would immediately be blocked, even like P-shot damage, like 5 damage or 1 damage. It will still trigger the anti-magic. I think it should be called anti-magic just to differentiate between anti-damage and anti-damage battle chip. So I'll call it anti-magic despite it being listed as anti-damage here. But the anti-magic NCP just gives you that ability when you press B and left in succession. And when you put the input correctly, it freezes your character, he stands in place, and any attack at that point will be blocked. And then you throw a shuriken at the opponent. Now what's really cool is if an attack does hit you, the cooldown is immediate. So if someone's like Gregor bustering you and they're just holding their B button because they're trying to be cheeky, you can just B left, B left, B left, B left in succession and just keep throwing stars at them. It's actually pretty good. Now, obviously, this ability is susceptible to things like uninstall, just like Shield would be. And again, we already know that AndMySax is playing uninstall in this folder. So it's going to be up to us to protect this from being uninstalled.
So you say it's vulnerable to uninstall, but you can just anti-magic the uninstall. So, I mean...
True.
Just
so true.
Hit. Just don't get hit.
Don't get hit, forehead.
Yeah.
You have the ability, right? Use it. I agree. With that being said, let's go into the match and see how it plays out.
We are starting with the volcano panel field, and I think that is very interesting for an anti-magic build, because one of the plays you can do is trigger your anti-magic on it on purpose. So you land, you'll be invulnerable for a bunch of frames while the animation is happening, and you'll be able to activate it immediately after you come down. So it can help you stall for quite a bit, actually. Yeah.
Real quick, let's talk a little bit about Odd's folder here. Now, he has a very interesting build because he's playing 3 types of panel changing battle chips that aren't element in. And that is Holy Panel, and a Sanctuary. That is really, really powerful, especially when you don't have access to shoes in your folder normally. You can just, whenever you need or want, set up a Holy Panel and take half damage for the rest of that turn. Very, very good stuff here, especially for a Greyguard player. Okay, goes for the Element Man into first barrier. You could have just P-shotted it off, but chose not to.
So for the viewers, it can be difficult to know when it's using anti-magic, but one tell is, and we can't see it anymore because we're going custom, but if you look at the chip name, so if it has a chip coming up and the chip name disappears, that's how you know they are in the middle of the anti-magic being active, and that is just something to keep in mind.
Now this can be a mind game, because your opponent doesn't see the question marks as you usually would when using anti-damage. So sometimes standing still and doing nothing can make it appear as if you are using one of those, that ability in the first place, right? Magnum prioritizes getting rid of the Holy Panel here. Very interesting. Gets a lockdown, can get some battle chips in. Summon Black. That's gonna do a lot of damage. Now, right now, what's keeping this even is the fact that Odds actually has Warp Bug. Now, with Warp Bug, it's going to be incredibly difficult for them to line up attacks or charge shots, which is probably why we don't see any crosses coming out from earlier, especially since he wants to use the anti-damage NPC as much as possible, right? He doesn't put this program in there to not be used. And if you go into a cross, you can't actually use that B left ability. So we're seeing him prioritize that and making sure that becomes what his main win con is. I guess the idea is to burn out as much of the
very nice.
Be left. It's nice.
So Tengu Cross is very weak against anti-magic because you can't really charge shot them because you'll get decrossed. Then if you try to do pretty much anything, you'll also get decrossed.
Now Kerbal in YouTube chat brings up an interesting point. There are barely any offensive chips in Odd's folder, and the reason being is that he's actually trying to use these to set up his charge shots for Gregor later on. That's a lot of damage from the Gundel Souls, but negating one of them with the thanks of Element Man, huge value here. And now we can even go for a really, really massive Sanctuary.
Or going into P-Star, thinking about all of these areas and using that with Q-Force. But keep in mind, as Saul mentioned earlier, going to P-Star will mean no access to your anti-magic. So you'd be using all of that Navitas space and not really getting value out of it.
So right now, the best thing you could possibly do is kind of mix up your timing on your B lefts and just camp until your panels recover. Like, there's no real reason to push advantage in this situation, especially since we actually did find our Giga, so we could possibly just sit on a few turns. Ooh, the warp step allowing you to move up that one panel.
Ooh, the grab revenge.
There goes grab revenge. Yeah. This is slightly good for you though, because I can just now go for Sanctuary and not have any on the opponent's side of the field.
AndMySax will go to the Invis, trying to mash up chips at the end of turn. Might have something to follow up. Let's see. Nothing comes out.
Nothing. It was interesting. Probably stepping down would have been better for AndMySax to at least get something out of that Erase Man. And yeah, we definitely see that it's time to start putting some offense out there. Like, it's great that you were able to weather a lot of the storm that AndMySax had for you. We're not putting really any damage out there, so it's time to start using these charge shots, which is why we see Hot considering a cross here, but again, they opt not to go for a cross. It's just very interesting because your whole folder is reliant on getting these crosses or charge shots to rack up damage. You don't have much damage in your folder at all, right? So why are we not locking in a win con here? Or at least go into charge cross, right?
Yeah, I mean, the problem for us is that warp step will mean that they're unable to land most of the charge shot. They'd have to go into slash cross, and slash cross can be very painful to be crossed by Meteor Knuckles. And now these anti-magic hits lock 2 attacks and the Meteor Knuckles as well.
Wow. All the area is gone. A lot of their field is gone as well, but they don't have to worry about the threat of triple gun Del Sol. They've already lived through the triple gun Del Sol. So now it's just a movement option, but we still have B left. So we can camp on this option and just ride through the next couple of turns. Maybe then we can start weathering the storm. This is incredible defensive play here from Ott. Goes, yep. Mix it in here and there.
Despite minus 8 and decided to throw away.
I think throwing away. Yeah, that's a really good element here. It's going to crack those holy panels. I think throwing away the barrier 200 was the right decision. You already have such low HP, and losing barrier 200 and this first one chip is pretty rough, but it's a lot of damage you prevented.
AndMySax, I mean, I'm thinking about going into Beast Out and trying to get that damage, but with all of these broken panels, trying to use Q-Force, broken panels don't allow Q-Force to spawn, so it would waste quite a bit of damage, but they're basically struggling to do any damage.
I like the decision to go into Tomahawk Cross here because your opponent has to find an answer to my status guard, but it's even more impressive for Ott actually to hold on to all these powerful chips. Can you get the win back at the end of the turn? Yes, nice. They were definitely expecting a Kernel Force this turn, which is why we saw the Magnum, why we saw the barrier 200, and the Tomahawk Cross change. We were definitely expecting Kernel Force this turn, so status guard is granted to you when you go into Tomahawk Cross, and now that you have status guard, you can continue to do your actions without getting the paralysis effect. Tomahawk Cross with Kernel Force 100% is if you uninstall them, so they get recoiled from the shots. However, not finding Bug Stop has been pretty tough here too.
Ooh, so now we know that is actually an anti-recovery instead of an anti-damage, and that gives us some options to maybe go into Slash Cross, and looks like that's what we think about, or go into Q-Force then.
Yeah, and he might have 500 HP, but look at all the resources that AndMySax had expended throughout the rest of the game. There's a lot they don't have, factored in. Ooh, now we know that trap isn't anti-damage. of a life ray here. Okay, as expected. Here you grab. Judgment's not going to be able to break through this barrier, so we're going to have to find a new answer. We do have Windrak. We do have the bug fix finally. We have a Raceman that can also get rid of this trap here as well. We could even go for a Beast out and go for the Kernel Force play with just our Beast Buster and a chip charge from Beast or a Slash Beast. That'd be a lot of extra damage. You could theoretically go for game, but I guess Tomahawk Cross is the one that's kind of making it difficult. Yeah, good. Gets the aim erase here.
The HP difference between them is pretty big, so AndMySax needs to have a Windrak. Ooh, new variant instead using the double life steal to clear both defenses.
All right, this is it. That must be Cuss Bug. There's no way we've seen all the chips in his folder already. Oh, there's no Cuss Bug. Wow, that really is all the chips. Good, go for the elect. Nice, get some broken panels here.
You're getting quite a
just stand there. What are you doing? Those are Gregor Busters. You don't just stand there for those. Oh wow, that really is it. Go for the heat. No, actually go for your erase here. I think erase makes the most sense because you can at least pierce Invis. At the same time, I think Beast Buster is your win con here. You kind of maybe you don't even want to go for a beast charge. Oh.
Let's see. Can you follow up? Looks like nothing from AndMySax, and after the beast over ends, that might be game. Oh, very nice.
Wow, well timed. Oh, yo, that was beautiful. And the turn, erase tail arrow. Masterful play here. Masterful play.
But that will take us into a game 2, and yeah, it's playing very, very defensively, and in this case, it actually paid out for them. We almost went into damage judge, but they were able to survive, and at the very end, that big Q force was giving them the win.
You know, I really love how Ox played that first half there with all the defense front loaded and just waiting for his opponent to burn out resources. Hey, you're gonna beat yourself here if you just keep throwing stuff into my anti-magic. And that's something your opponent has to think about it. And the mental damage is also quite real here because now they're continuously gonna have to think about it throughout the course of this game as well. He just walked. Did he walk into that multiple times? No, I don't think he did.
No, I think just barely avoided it. Only got hit once.
Yeah. Oh, actually, this is really interesting. In Twitch chat, I'm going to say this wrong. Arliss Bloxer 05. I hope I get that right. He says, not gonna lie, I was starting to get a little about Ox folder, but holy heck, that payout was worth it. And yeah, that's kind of what Gregor's deal is here, right? If you can weather the storm, your charge shots will carry you through the game. Gregor charge shots are insanely powerful. You don't need offense when your offense is pressed up.
Wait, that was blocked. That turn to Meteor Knuckles was blocked by... that's the second one being blocked this match.
Back left. Beat Meteor Knuckle times 2. Game's over. AndMySax, you lost. I'm sorry. The game's over. PGTs, I don't care that you have more chips in your folder. The mental damage is unsurmountable. I might be trapped. I gotta be left. Wow. Ooh. Wow. And the recovery here too. Oh, filthy. Just so filthy. Oh my gosh, what is this game?
It feels like this time Max is playing even slower than the last game, where he's playing very patient, taking very few chips each turn, and basically trying to get maximum value out of each chip. And I think we are still at the same hand from turn 1.
Oh, not third person. Don't forget, the end of turn tail makes the most amount of sense because they are more unlikely to dodge. But Invis and anti-damage do not block the tail arrow because it pierces. Don't forget about that one.
A trap coming up for AndMySax, probably an anti-damage, but let's see if Max is able to deal with it. Ooh, Magnum coming down, and unfortunately doesn't get blocked. Ooh, nice. And
Ooh, winds up the shot. Damage, how interesting.
But now Act still has access to these two Holy Pounds, and normally they'd be fairly awkward to use for someone who's using Warp Step, because if you put them in front of you and they do go in front of you, then you won't be able to step on them. But in this case, what Act's able to do is step forward and back to break that panel, and then that will bring him to the middle, which allows these Holy Pounds to go at the front, which he does have access to. Let's see what AndMySax is going for. So both sides are playing defensively, conserving their chips, but AndMySax still has quite a lot of very powerful chips and going for Beast Out. So this could be a Pulse Stone or Gandalf Souls. We see the Garen coming into play, but Act was holding onto these Holy Pounds that whole time to be able to block them.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, oh, but the holy panel's even better. I'm gonna walk forward, baby. I'm just gonna hold forward. Yeah, go for the last one. Doesn't matter, because I got defense now. Yeah, keep pressing your B button, because I got defense for that too. There's nothing you can do.
That was amazingly patient from Act. If that was me, I would have definitely taken all of these Gandalf Soul hits.
I'll tell Al 7 in Twitch chat. This art player really saw 4 turns ahead. I can see you putting the thumb and index finger under your chin. I wonder who that is. Crazy. Excellent. Magnum deals with both those panels at the same time.
Ooh,
but the job has already been done.
Oh!
Okay, Sax. Okay. Billy. Excellent play here from AndMySax. He said, okay, fine. You got the first 2. I'm going to give you that. But I got one more, baby. Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
AndMySax going in for the revenge, and now this is again looking like the first game where AndMySax is quite a bit ahead on HP, but don't forget, I mean, we saw the comeback last time, and there is still another recovery in Act's hand that is going to be used. So the HP definitely doesn't tell the full story.
HP never tells the full story. Look at that first game we had. 1 HP and surviving off of the healing from grass. Just such unique and smart gameplay and a way to abuse all the abilities granted to you. Goes for the grass. Like, maybe that was a miss here. Anti-recover! Coming into play here, denying the second recovery, dealing the damage instead. And now these P shots, or rather the feather shots, not a lot of damage, but it does certainly add up. Like poison seeping into the veins.
Was Act uninstalled? Because I think they tried to use the anti-magic and I don't remember them being uninstalled. I might have missed it there.
No, I think they were uninstalled actually. That did actually end up happening.
Now, the HP difference is going to need the Q-Force, but AndMySax going into Tango Cross, so nice invis.
Defense here, protect that anti-damage is a good decision.
Wait, don't stand on the poison. Okay, yeah.
They want these panels to start clearing up. Yes, there it is. Notice that he's not Oh, that anti-damage matters so much. That anti-damage matters so much just now. Wow.
And now going for slash cross.
This is a current force turn. There's no way. There's no way.
Ooh, the grab revenge just come down.
Okay. 1 HP, not going into during the slide.
Wait.
He doesn't connect. He doesn't connect. Okay. Oh.
Never mind.
Okay. All right. Game three. AndMySax, signs of life here, says the game's not over, buddy. You gonna play one more.
let's see, is gonna come up ahead on that Gandel Sol vs Holy Panel exchange. That was really good. And looks like Axe taking another Holy Panel turn 1. Maybe just worrying about that getting Gandel Sols from turn 1.
Now, the thing about this build is that the Warp Step can be very, very powerful against certain builds, like BT builds, for example. That movement is just very unique for people to deal with and interact with, and it can be very tricky for landing some machine guns or different kinds of attacks like that. Now, what makes it even better for this player is, despite playing Gregar, they're prioritizing staying in base man form anyway, so that way they can use anti-magic, be left, and deny damage in that way. So it's not like the movement is that much more mandatory early on, which gives you some tools to play with here, right? Okay, it looks like we are gonna see a cross change here, probably to surprise the opponent with the slash cross turn. Life Aura is going to be very important here.
Oh, beast out from AndMySax. This could mean a gather into Gandel Sol, but let's see what Axe is going to have in mind.
Accidental TFC did not want to do that. Now the panels will be recovered. Ooh, but gets the Erase Man.
Very nice.
That's a D-cross. Now we don't have to be worried about chip charges or anything like that.
Another area grab step forward to land these charges. So Wundrak into a counter hit.
Ooh.
Ooh!
Oh, you should have walked forward for that one. Times 2? Do you got a fire chip? Oh no. Oh, okay. Kernel Force. This could be game. This could be game right now. This could be game right now. That's the power of Gregar. He can end it all. But does Ott have that kind of faith? Does he have that kind of moxie? I don't know. It's a tough call. It's a tough call. Do they have defense this turn? Or will they try to capitalize on the grass panels being here with something like Element and SP? Right? They want this extra damage. They want to win. Might bring Grab Revenge or something. Okay, they brought defense this turn, it seems. Or that could be anti-recovery.
It is anti-recovery.
Oh, it's anti-recovery.
Oh no, this is going to be painful. Gets the D-cross. And wait, the anti-recovery as well is going to activate. Do you use the recover in that position, or do you throw it away?
No, throw it away. You throw away 4 chips, unfortunately. That last turn, if it was Kernel Force, I think it would have been game. It would have been an absolute game. That was the right call to bring it. But now it might be expected. Now the defenses might time out. If we see Tomahawk Cross, it's most assured at that point. My opponent's got +1 area. I might not have all the defenses. If I have Tomahawk Cross, I can't get paralyzed. It's the status guard.
I mean, yeah, there are many counters to get in to Q-Force in this world. The Meteor Knuckles and break panels, you can have the Magnums, you can have the Geddon, and we do see that Tomahawk, so the Grab Revenge to begin with.
It was the last turn. The last turn was the window.
Oh, these still connect, not on full area, but they hit. Nothing.
Oh.
One interesting turn.
I'm chip charging those shit. I'm throwing damage in you. I don't care. I'm gonna lose it anyway, right?
Yeah,
excellent defensive play for Tomahawk Cross.
I wonder what AndMySax had in that turn. Went into Tomahawk Cross, but I don't think we really saw much else. I was wondering if they're gonna chip charge something to get that confirmed damage, but look, they didn't. No, Element 1 SP with the Meteor Knuckles TFC.
So important.
Oh no, using the bug fix. But now they're trapped in that position. Should have used Warp Step first to step away from these broken panels and then use bug fix.
You try to get him. Try to get him at the end there. Excellent movement from AndMySax.
Oh, and AndMySax.
Yeah, no, you go chip charging. You're chip charging. That's the play. We chip charge. Hopefully our opponent doesn't do anything crazy. Like try to. Oh well, we have anti-damage. We don't care. We don't care. Never mind. Huh? This is excellent. Actually, anti-damage will punish them. Because it's not like they have anti-sword. Oh, they don't even go for Beast Out either. Oh, that's right. We already saw Beast Out from AndMySax, so they can't even do that. Yep, chip charge. Yeah, chip charge.
1 HP. 1 HP in the dream.
Trigger win con. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Just before the end. Undershirt. Making waves again. Survival.
AndMySax, are they going to do it again? Are we going to see another base over for potentially win? And now At only has 100 HP compared to the 1000 HP that Master had last game. So going to be very different. And we do see the base over, so let's see what the play is.
Cover came through. Oh, survival! Survival! The man who did it! We've escaped with our HP! And the barrier 200, that's key! We can go for some of these B shots, maybe a charge shot if we're fancy. We have options. We have options. And there it is.
Ooh. The
man, what a game. Yo, what a game, dude. Wow. That was a little too close for comfort. That was three blocked Meteor Knuckles. He just didn't care. He didn't care. It was nice. It was nice that you were knocking on my door, but I'm not answering. I don't have to answer it for you.
Yeah, I mean, these were another amazing set of games, and we see all the comebacks and the HP difference. And AndMySax almost had it there, but unfortunately just escaped them with the Beast over, not quite doing enough damage. But with that, let's head into the setups for our next match of the day with Shadow vs Master. Alright, so we've seen we've seen Master play, we've seen the shuffle build, and now let's take a look at this very interesting build from Shadow.
Yeah, it's a very interesting piece indeed, because this Navi customizer has my favorite program. It's Fish. It's the Fish program. Or pack notoriously looks like a fish, a goldfish. Goldfish.
Isn't Fish an actual program though?
We don't talk about that.
Oh, okay. So, looking at the phone there.
PZ, don't judge me, okay?
Yeah, I mean, each their own, you know?
So yeah, let's take a look at this actual folder here. Folder pack allows you the option to not only have Cust +1, but also Mega Folder +1. So that allows you one extra Mega Folder piece. And the Mega Folder pieces that we've selected are the B Brothers, the G Groundman SP, and the E Element Man SP. Very, very powerful selection of Mega Chips to have in any folder. However, this means there is no Judgment Star. Now, to circumvent this, Shadow does play three copies of Grab Vanish in M code, alongside that Muru Masa and a couple of those Machine Gun M's and Risky Honey. Nice M code splash here. Now, what's really cool about Grab Vanish M is that if you time it correctly, during your opponent's slide back animation, you can cut them with the Muru Masa. Stabby. Just get really quick, splashy in there. So it's actually pretty cool to see that connection ever happen, which makes this very synergistic. And then, of course, we have two Golem Hit 3s. Now, Golem Hit 3 is a very interesting chip. Why is it interesting? Well, because it only hits the front three most panels of your opponent's side of the field. Now, if your opponent panel grabs, it will hit that singular panel grab, or that row where that one panel grabs in, right? So you have to be careful with this chip. But if you are so conveniently allowed to land this attack, it is a 250 game attack right in your front row. Now, it's interesting because Golem Hit hits the right amount of frame data to to punish people who like to use charge shots in the front of their row, like Tengu cross, right?
Yeah,
Easy.
yeah.
Tengu cross is
Tengu,
or
Tomahawk.
Yeah. Tomahawk cross.
I mean, charge cross. Charge cross as well, right?
Charge cross too, and he crossed as well.
Yeah,
he crossed as well. So they want to these crosses specifically. These crosses that we have already mentioned.
Ground.
True. Don't forget ground cross. Yeah, you come to the front row. They drill attack. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. These will be punished by a golem hit. It's very important.
Nah, I don't think we're missing anything. Anyway, all right. With that, let's head into the match. Let's head into the match and see how it plays out.
Now, for the record, we've seen Master already in this match, but Shadow's definitely old, right? He's been here for a long time. I would say Shadow's one of our oldest members.
I mean, I think Shadow, if you just on his YouTube, there are videos from like 15 years ago or something, playing BN PvP, which is a bit crazy to think about. But here we are, going to game one. He's taking that Grandman SP. Let's see if he's able to connect it. Unfortunately, gets body blocked by Master, and the immediate full cast, which actually works in Shadow's benefit this time.
That was a great interaction from both players. Shadow was also able to find a way to body block the Ice Seed, knowing that this Ice Seed, if it made all these panels ice type, it would have been very problematic because Master wants to get these ×2 combos. Oh man, we saw an instantaneous full synchro for a moment there. It was the second one. Oh, okay. Nothing came of it. That was terrifying. Shadow, that was mortifying to watch this now. That scared the heck out of me. Oh man.
Looks like
wait a minute.
Oh, yeah. Waiting.
Why aren't you playing double point? You have banished bees in board, bro. Why are we not playing double point? What happened? No banished bees? Nem code? Yeah, that's kind of wild. I'm not gonna lie. That'd be insane. People haven't seen banished bees in a while. They don't know how to play against that.
We're going into beast now. This could be the perfect opportunity and double block.
Now take this damage, baby. Oh, good slash man. That's some good damage too. These charge shots are nice, lining up for Shadow here. Very nice. No, Raymu in the YouTube chat. That was not lazy bees. All those bees did in fact hit. They circled around. They came back. No lazy bees on Shadow's watch.
Did someone say bees?
Yeah, what business do you have with bees?
I mean, it's unbelievable that you even question that.
I'm sorry. I'm too busy over here cracking up. I forgot to mention that Shadow is in fact playing the emotion bug in this build, which is highly difficult to use. Oh, I thought he was gonna get that Mega Boomer hit. Yeah, so now because of this, we do have the ability to randomly get ×2 on some of our attacks. I find it interesting, however, to go with Hub Batch as opposed to Meteor Knuckle for the ×2 value, or something like Base Anomaly. Full Synchro Base Anomaly is ridiculous damage. I think that could rival even Meteor Knuckles in some instances, you know?
It's definitely more than Meteor Knuckles. Even the normal Base Anomaly is more than the average Meteor Knuckles, so, and even the above average Meteor Knuckles.
There goes the Hub Badge. It is going to go ahead and come through. Bug fix. No more emotion bug now because it has been fixed.
Ooh.
This means we have to rely on our damage alone. Ooh, lots of anti-damage triggers.
Very nice movement from Shadow, avoiding the painful combo from Master. I mean, we saw in game 1 or in the first match of the day how much damage that combo can do, but very nice movement from Shadow to be able to avoid all of that. Now both sides are almost equal HP. Let's see what Master has in plan for us.
You know they love these combos very much, and this is a great way to line up one of those set combos. Let there be an Aqua Dragon. It's gonna be wraps for your HP, buddy. Oh no, you gave him a chance.
Well,
okay, maybe not. Oh, there's the Bubble Star. That's gonna be really hard to dodge.
Unless you use an Invis. So
looking at the pattern. Yeah. This is quite good here.
Also thinking about going to Lisa, maybe taking one drop into more Master to get the confirm, but Master is only 190 HP, so doing that would be an overkill and staying base. Megan, very nice, only using the movement, not even needing the Invis. Machine Gun 3 would be very painful, it's going to be very difficult for Master to survive. Very nice movement, and he's able to survive that Machine Gun.
The bamboo sword, excuse me. Very important here too. Nah, this is a scary position to be in. Such low HP for Master here. I wonder what strategy you go with. I think we've seen both copies of Train Hour already. We've seen Bubble Star. We haven't seen those Aqua Dragons though. So we could see them in this upcoming turn. There's Ground Cross coming in, making a debut in this round.
Oh, Shadow's playing it very defensively. Oh, very nice. If it wasn't for that Life Orb, that could have been game for Master, but it blocks the Erase Man anti-Navi.
Oh, Aqua Dragons were used already. Neo Variable is going to be the sword choice here. Thank you, Master, for confirming. 1 HP, ooh, no recovery allowed.
The anti-damage finishes off and takes us into a game 2.
I did some observing in a tournament chat the other day, and I noticed Shadow was talking about a lot of anti-damage ×2 finishers, and it was interesting to see. It wasn't a spoiler. He didn't say who, you know.
That is this way. Yeah. And we do see another turn 1 up badge from Massive. That Shuffle Lock with custom 5, being able to get all of these 7 gears is amazing value.
What's even more amazing about it is that the opponent can't do anything about it. They don't have uninstall, so that means they have to deal with it. Nice charge shot. Protoman SP, is this? Nope, it's anti-damage. Not gonna take any damage here, but who will be getting damaged? It's gonna be Shadow here from Slashman. A slightly awkward hand here. Our opponent doesn't really have an incentive to camp forward right now, which is why we haven't really been seeing them, but they might want to get some of these feather shots, which would be a nice opportunity for Shadow to go ahead and get some damage in. Good TFC here. That's going to go ahead and go through. Excellent part is we're going to end the turn immediately. Why did it take you so long? It scared me. Honestly, I think Mega Boomer first here clears the Flash Bomb.
Oh yeah, that's actually a good point. Though I think Shadow might try to flex and use that shield, which is actually a very powerful and underrated Megatast. And there it goes.
Nice.
Oh, I see. Is he going
so
to
much for
that
the
land? It doesn't. So loses anti-damage turn. I see. Then Golem Head connecting on Tomahawk. We mentioned Tomahawk.
Nicely done. Now that's actually really good here because machine gun is what set it up, right? Because they wanted to walk forward out of the machine gun range, and it was just the right amount of time to throw down a fist of justice.
Now it looks like Shadow is going for these painful beats, and that could be quite a bit of damage.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna land it though. You gotta see it to believe it, you know?
I mean, there's always plan B that you can go for. All else fails. Let's see what the times do. Doesn't really so quite yet. Waiting to see what Master using, and that looks like the anti-navi. Ooh, nice shield.
Good shield, good shield. What happened? Yep, smart. It's gonna be a little more difficult to line up this charge shot. This trap is really scaring Shadow here. He does not want to just throw away these bees. He wants to get value out of them, maybe some value out of shield as well. He needs to get this anti-damage dealt with, or at least to check if it's anti-damage. It could be something else, if I remember correctly. Anti-Navi and Anti-Sword are in Master's folder as well.
Ricochet YouTube chat asking, did anyone mention the lack of area grabbing in Shadow's folder? And yeah, that's correct. There are no area grabs, but he is running 3 grab banishes. No judgment, right? So something to keep in mind. So now just to confirm
nice.
that.
Okay, we confirmed. Nice. That charge shot was key. It allowed us to know that, hey, that's not an anti-damage. You can't throw stuff at me.
Unfortunately, just barely missing out on the ×2 on the risky, and that would have been a deletion if that had connected. But let's see if this Golem is going to connect.
Now, I just want to point out here that Shadow is using these bees, yes, with ×2, hopefully from full synchro, but you don't have to be in Tomahawk Cross or even Thousand version to begin with to get a lot of damage out of bees. Oh, but you gotta be in that form to get damage out of these aqua chips. That was insane. Yo, the program advanced. We're gonna call it the Ice Tunade, bro. Oh my god. There's so much damage. Aqua Dragon, Ice Panel, Aqua Dragon, Ice Panel. Arrow.
Yeah, I mean, the amazing thing is that it chains into itself, but don't forget that prerequisite has to be that there has to be frozen panels on the field already. Otherwise, the first Aqua Dragon won't freeze. The freeze has to be already applied by an Aqua panel.
See, ladies and gentlemen, there are cool builds in this folder that aren't just getting spam. And even if your opponent does have get him, they don't always have get him. Oh, you wanted him to walk forward so bad for that ×2 golem here. I felt it in my soul. I felt it in my soul. Oh, please walk forward. Please walk forward. I know you were praying for it.
But now Shadow's unfortunately forced to throw away because of the end of turn, and the anti-damage activating, and now we'll take machine guns to deal with Master's trap, and then trying to get in extra damage with these ×2s.
Oh, shoutouts to Ricochet in YouTube chat. Not only does the combo of the Aqua Dragons and Train Arrows do a lot of damage, it recovers back to 100 HP thanks to the ability of Spout Cross whenever you use the Aqua-based attack, or Battleship rather. You do get the ability to... Ooh. Oh, nice. Full synchro D-Cross with the machine gun here. Very nice. But yeah, the Aqua Chips recover you a percentage of HP. I think it's 10% of your HP per chip.
10% of the base HP, which always makes it anything.
Yeah. 200. Yeah. Well, no, sorry, 10.
Very nice movement. And avoiding the bamboozle, which I'm not sure how that happened. Oh, very nice getting that one
finds the needle in the thread. People don't use Groundman SP anymore. Like, these are good chips. I just don't understand. These chips are ridiculous. That is 390 damage off of one chip. That's sometimes better than Meteor Knuckles.
Yeah, I mean, it's still less than Neoberry, but that's still really good. We see Aquacross coming out from Master, so we might be seeing big combos, and Shadow's waiting for that time to own an opportunity to disrupt these combos, and Invis comes down from Master, which blocks that last match. Ooh, very nice
very
shield.
important. Oh,
And
good
a double shield.
Oh, God. Let's go, shield value. It's such a powerful program to have. A great way to deny a get in turn or these really powerful finishers is to have shield or anti-magic program in your Navi Cust. Hey, who knew that pressing B left would be so good?
I mean, yeah, and it only takes 3 spaces in your Navicus. It's very easy to fit. It's the same shape as a Charge Mag, so it's very small, easy to fit, and very powerful.
Very, very powerful indeed. Yeah, it takes a little bit of finagling to get the pieces to fit, but when you do, they always provided that you run. Game's over. Game's over. You lost. Yeah, Master. You made a bad decision, Master.
The Aqua Spiral cast, the ancient cast, people mutter on their voices.
Yeah, it's over, bro. What were you thinking, Master? I know it's been a while, but you forgot the curse, bro. Like, no, Aqua Spiral. Oh, no, bro. It's a trap. It's a trap. It doesn't work, dude. Yo. Well, maybe Master will break the curse for the first time ever on stream. Maybe we're gonna see 1460 damage come out the right side of the screen.
Yeah, I mean, maybe.
You know?
Anything could happen, yeah.
Maybe.
Like me.
I hate it here, bro. I hate it here. Oh, good. And that was so close, too. You almost got clipped by that.
Ooh, Brisk cannon being used without chip charge.
Hit the single panel. Muramasa is building up, but not quite there yet. Needs a little more damage before we can get that 500, maybe 1K on a Tengu body, you know, because they're weak to swords. But also, this could be anti-sword that's queued up here for Master.
I think technically it could be antibody. I don't think we've seen the anti-nap, but no one uses antibody anyway.
True.
Bamboozled, unfortunately, might have been at the end of the last turn, and we know this isn't an anti-damage. Slashman getting blocked by an Invis, and Shadow still has Element Man into an Element Man SP, and this is the perfect time to use an Element Man just to... Ooh, it's an anti-sword, as
interesting.
Yeah.
Flashman didn't appear because of that forward movement that Shadow locked in, which means his body was on top of the panel that it would have spawned the Slashman. So no damage could occur. Didn't matter though, because he was flashing anyway. But still interesting to point out.
Indeed, it doesn't happen very often. Flashman comes down, but unfortunately gets destroyed very quickly. Let's see if these risky honeys can finish off, and they do.
Oh, should have thrown that in the back row at least, but it's not like the bees weren't there. You could have just thrown up the bees, blocked it, got some more bees on the board. Bees. Right, please, Sean?
So true. I mean, yeah, that's very true.
Oh, that was a fun match to watch. Excellent game to both players. What do we got upcoming next?
We have Ricochet vs Charm. Let's take a look at their setups. Alright, and this time very different builds to what we've seen already. So both players are running quite a bit of HP, but also very scary folders. Looking at Ricochet sides, we see the Bug, the Thunder Giga Chip, and all of the supporting chips that go with it.
This is looking like a very devious folder indeed. I do love seeing me some BDT, but what really makes it interesting is how it forces people to play and how well they use the resources to play around it. I especially love it when people punish BDT in the chip lockout sequence. When Mega Man shoots out that Thunderball, the moment he drops the Buster, time to strike. They can do nothing. Once they release that charge shot and drop their guard, you punish with everything. You throw Proto Man at them. You throw I don't know, Blast Man at them. You throw base, throw everything. But speaking of base, there's one thing about your folder, Cha, your build, in fact, that has me puzzled. We've just watched a few matches in a row. Yeah, it is a bit fishy. There were a few matches we've watched in succession where having a shirt provided safety net of sorts to allow a comeback victory, or even a comeback in general, right? But there's something strangely lacking in your build here, sir. And a Giga Chip that also cannot be played on this version. At least get that piece back. I don't know how I feel about this player.
So I think Cha has replied to you already. Read the letters.
Bro, you brozo. Are you calling me a bozo? You did that on you.
He knew. It's 5D chess. He knew in advance.
He didn't put the shirt there and then put this acronym to call me a bozo? Oh, I don't play favorites often, Player Zero. And I tend to not have bias in my commentary.
No bias?
But, no bias. But I definitely have my thoughts about this match. Let's just say that.
Yeah. Well, they are running base, so... I mean, you know.
Stop it. I mean, I've said what I said. I said what I said.
All right. With that, let's see how they play out. 6 at base. All right.
Did you just say
what? I think that was Ghost. What?
Easy.
Yeah.
I thought I heard something.
You did?
Oh.
I think it's.
I did? What did I hear?
Oh.
Oh.
I think it's the sound of battle and going into the match. So Ricochet was starting on a cube field, and Ricochet is probably going to go into Dust Cross. But do keep in mind they aren't running first barrier. On the other hand, Charles is only running a machine gun and an erasement, so we might be seeing an erasement turn 1 to get a D-Cross.
Now, here's something really cool about Ricochet's build. It might have a slight anti-synergy, but Ricochet is playing 5 copies of Buster Up. What this means is that he will be trying to turbo through his folder to find Bug Death Thunder and all 5 Buster Ups to achieve something called Attack 10. With Attack 10 and Buster Bug under your belt, your P-shots do 10 damage, your charge shots do 100. But because of the Buster Bug, sometimes when you clog, if you fix it, it will shoot a regular full-powered charge shot. So sometimes you'll hit 10, sometimes you hit 100 by just pressing your B button. Very powerful strategy. Interesting to have it alongside BDT though. So it's like you throw out a BDT, you make your opponent force them to dodge it in certain awkward ways, and then layer them with P shots.
Looks like Ricochet's
more
gone
Buster
for
Ups.
most of the Buster Ups by now, I think. Was it 2 or 3 in turn 1? I can't quite remember.
It was 2 in turn 1. We found 2 just now. It's looking pretty good. We're finding our places. And what makes it even better is that because we're taking these chips, we're accelerating even faster through our folder.
Well, now these broken panels are forcing Chuck to stay in place.
Nice. Able to get that defense up clearly. Ooh. Oh. That's a lot of damage from a cube. Are we gonna see a huge dust shoot? Yes, we will. And there's it is. And there it is. And there that is! Oh, he's cheating. He's cheating! And now when we see the uninstall, it's gonna get real.
Imagine if they had forgotten about Beat for that wipe that thunder. That would be amazing. But uninstall and the counter hit as well to land the cube.
And the B left flex. And the B left flex. He said, I'm gonna taunt here. Oh my goodness. And now we are fully online. Nice.
Ooh, and
okay, but if you get online. Wow, BDT. It's all aces. All aces here for Ricochet. Wow. This is looking pretty rough. It's even in terms of HP, in terms of acceleration and finding the game plan. Ricochet has done an excellent job at management of these chips and abilities.
Slash Cross is very interesting. It could do quite a bit of damage if they're able to land the charge shots. But that Raceman landing in a key position to move the tap invis as well.
Now, go for the trap here instead of BDT. Okay, both have area grabs. Don't use BDT right now. Oh, he goes for it. Oh, well, you have to. Life Roar is going to be blocking here, right? So now we get the chance to force them around. Oh, stop dropping, stop dropping.
Early.
There you go.
Now one goes away with the Life Roar.
Okay, it's not over yet. Slash Cross is relatively safe here because we no longer have access to a charge shot with the breaking property. This means that Cha could realistically go into Slash Cross endgame. Now, if you don't know at home, Slash Cross is basically a Giga Chip on demand. With one area in a slow gauge, the damage you can push out is insurmountable.
Ooh, but
it seems like Cha does not have to win here.
Yeah.
Oh, the B button presses. Did you see the hundreds come out? Oh, this is so dirty. Yeah, keep dodging the Thunderball. It's not like I have any other way to damage you.
Well, now the setup for Element Man EX and the Element Man SP as well in hand. This could be devastating depending on what cross-char goes into next time, and another area grab which would make it basically impossible for Char to avoid these BDT.
What do you do here? Another area grab would definitely make it impossible. Dodge. We'll put you in range of Slash Cross. Oh, goes for the heat. Maybe we're gonna see Element Man come into play just so we can try to. Oh,
that is going to be very painful. The freeze into the BDT stun, back objects into an Element Man SP as well.
And the slow gauge. I'm just gonna press B. It's better than BDT. Oh, go for the grass. Yes, sir. We might lose the life for it, but it doesn't matter.
Oh, never mind. Just takes both of them in.
You're a mean individual. You know that?
Wow.
You're just not nice. Not nice. I'm gonna be 100% fair to Child here. Undershirt did not save you from that situation. That was impossible to play through. Yeah.
That was such a brutal match for Ricochet, everything going their way, and then these last few turns, no answers to the life from Char, and then using these objects to deal massive damage. I was hoping the Guardian would actually be used to block BDT. It's actually very effective because you deal damage to the opponent and can block the BDT. But backfired, unfortunately.
Dustcross. When Dustcross is around, he just can't really play the object game like he can. One buster up in the pocket already. We got an area grab. Oh, I'll take the trade, sure. I mean, to be fair, they trade positive here with those charge shots.
Getting in damage going into a race cross turn 1 with probably the aim going to race beast turn 2, which is a very strong deep crossing and just in general cross to go to.
You know, I do like me some attack 10 It is a really, really, really good ability to have, especially in patch cards format, because you can just get it through patch cards and have all your abilities through your nav, because in patch cards to achieve attack 10, which is really broken, by the way. But here in standard, you have to find the 5 Buster Ups. You have to find all 5 pieces of Exodia in order to achieve Enlightenment. Is it worth it? That's always the age-old question. Is it worth 5 chips in your folder to turn your Buster Cannon into a Giga Cannon? I think the answer is yes.
Beat taking out that race man. And the machine gun Uninstall is vital for blocking BB
Yeah, this is actually a pretty good situation. Now that they have Uninstall, they can't survive through any heavy hitting attacks and keep a charge at the same time. But hey, we have a B button. Maybe we don't need these charge attacks when I can just press B.
It looks like Ricochet is still debating going into Dust Cross. It's very scary because Josh still has access to that beast out and these 200 and something homing, unavoidable, basically unblockable attacks.
You know, I would like to see more Buster Up based strategies in the format. I think Buster Bug's already really powerful with just the 50 HP, and it already shows just how detrimental that ability is. But now we're gonna dial it up to the nth degree. It's pretty strong.
Good shot.
Nice. He survived another charge shot by going for a chip charge here. Anti-Navi coming through. Element SP. No, not going for the ice here. All because anti-damage is in play. Good dodge. Ooh, Buster up, Buster up. Buster up, Buster up, Buster up, Buster up, Buster up.
Yeah, I mean, in this position, I feel like you don't even want to go into Dust to look for the BDC. The BDC is going to be a downgrade if you go for it. Just keep your crosses and get in your attack max, your buster shots, and your charge shots can do more than enough for you at this point.
Absolutely. Maybe it is worth it. Maybe diving into attack 10 is always worth it. 5 chips in your folder gives you a hand size of 25 other flexible chips to use. I mean, yeah, I think it is worth. Maybe I try it out.
If this /D cross lands, that could be devastating. It would be pretty much as much damage as nearby.
Ooh. Burn monster follow up? No, there's none of that in here. Not on code. Go for wood. Oh no, blocking off the frontmost panel is gonna camp forward. Smart.
Ooh, very nice.
Can't be spotted, baby. It's not a center hit, but I'll take it. That's still basically a center hit because it did the ×2 with the weakness, but wow, the X marks the spot. Love me some Slash Beast. 643 HP is a very scary number to be under, but fortunately Chad does not have attack plus 30 in their build, so this will do a decent amount of damage, but not enough to get a KO.
Wait, is that 7?
What?
Was that 7?
Oh, it wasn't. That was 8 hits. That was 8 hits.
Okay, I mean, if you say so.
We're gonna go back and watch it at the end of this. That was not 7. That was 8 hits.
Oh, okay, yeah. I mean,
all right. Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Your father, why do you sound like that? Hold on. Why you sounding like that? I was 8.
You're right. Yeah, it was definitely 8 hits. So it's fine. You don't need to go back and check. It's fine. I'm sure it was 8 hits.
Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? I don't know anymore. I'm scared. Wind Rat coming through, deals with the barrier thanks to the wind mechanic this game. 1 HP in a dream.
Ricochet could have placed their timpani and that would have blocked the blast man and would have saved their HP. But now they have access, no BDT yet, so having to rely on that timpani to avoid as many hits as possible. 1 HP in a dream.
Oh, the slow gauge turned on you.
Yeah, I mean, good thing base hit 8 times there, otherwise Ricochet could have had the comeback in that position.
Don't talk about base anymore. You're not allowed to talk about base anymore. I'm revoking that bridge boost from you.
Okay, I'm not gonna...
My leg is shaking.
I'm not gonna mention things, that's fine.
All right. Okay.
Now going into game 3, we see the erase start again, which is a very nice strategic option from Cha, and Ricochet is holding on to the defense, but unfortunately Ricochet needs to go through their folder more than Cha. Cha is more than happy to play the charge shot game because that is a game they know they can win as Gregor.
Absolutely, very disciplined, not going for a beast out right away. Maybe they didn't have any chips they wanted to throw away into beast out just yet. They wanted to keep the hand from the previous turn.
These poison pounds are actually adding up quite a bit, but Cha might be worried about an Elementsman SP or even EX on these grass panels, so just taking that poison take and avoiding the bonus damage.
Another barrier 100. The poison is definitely adding up. I would camp that back row, especially now that I have this barrier 100 and perhaps a trap to block with. But it looks like that is not going to be for long because we do have access to Tengu, Be Left, and Erase Man, and we could even follow up with an Aqua Sword. Hey, that's pretty good.
Oh, Tengu being able to decross would also be massive, though. It might be fairly difficult to land these charge shots or to confirm them at least, but let's see what Ricochet ends up going for.
At this point, if you're going Tengu to deal with the barrier 100, it's a little scary to take the Wind Rat because you have to deal with Life Aura later on, right? And if I remember correctly, there's only one Wind Rat in their folder for Ricochet.
Blast Man SP on grass going to do 500 damage, and this could also mean there's a Proto Man coming up in the folder later on, and Ricochet has no defenses.
Okay, no Proto Man. They do have the anti-damage and Invis here, and they're cross-changing, so they're safe for now. It would be a very huge blunder to have gone for something like a charge shot if the opponent had access to Proto Man. You know what I mean? Like that'd be a pretty unfortunate drop for Cha. So I gotta say, I don't think they had it in hand at that point. Do you really stay Tengu? You stay Tengu here?
Ooh, this is very scary. I mean, for Ricochet, you really need to go through that folder. You're playing a losing battle against Gregor. You don't want to take all of these hits, but
maybe they're content with just pressing the B button.
Oh, very nice defense, holding on to that Invis until the very end, blocking that Proto-Man SP.
Honestly, I wish he could continue to camp that Proto-Man because they only had Element Man after, and you're winning the charge shot war. There's no reason to fast forward your game plan. Be taking another mega chip away from the opponent here. Goodbye, Element Man.
Ooh, and now again, Ricochet not really getting in all that much damage. Guardian gets used. And that might actually backfire because I feel like in this position, Cha, I mean, they might go into Beast Out and they don't care about the Guardian being there. But even just using their charge shots was quite effective. Now, if Life Aura gets used from Ricochet, that might be pretty nice.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, Ricochet has free damage by just pressing the B button at this point. The 70s, 80s worth of damage, they add up, especially those poison panels that have been there this whole game, just ticking away at both players' HP.
Beast Out coming out.
And here comes the Beast Out.
And yeah, this is going to be very painful. And now Ricochet can't even try to fight back. No charge shots, nothing.
Oh, it dodges one. Guardian is also particularly scary. Yeah, you kind of have to go Dust here because it will clear out your life aura if you let it. And you can't even press your B button anymore. So we definitely don't like that.
I feel like what we'd have liked to see from Ricochet is that base exactly going into B start. While that will block these Buster Ups from having value until the BBT gets used, Tango Breath is very powerful and they have a lot of elementless chips they can chip charge. So using that chip charge to try to get an extra damage or even getting rid of that Guardian might be worth it in this position.
All right, here it comes. The Beast Out is here. We should see the chip charge in effect.
Ooh, and taking down the threads! Ooh, again! Look at that! This is what I was talking about. The Tango Breath bringing the HP all the way down.
Tornado hole! Tornado hole! Oh, I gotta love my Mega Man 8. Tango Man out here just throwing out the gust of winds and tornadoes, baby. Love to see it. Uh-oh. Okay.
Ooh, BDT comes into play.
BDT?
That could be... Wait,
Rush?
the slash... There could be a slash cross coming in. If chip charge, that would be double damage.
Oh, you fool!
And now the BDT is going to activate on the Guardian as well. Let's see if Charles is able to do it. The Air Grab is going to activate it. The Punisher.
Angry Kamehameha came through, bro. He gave you a chance at survival, bro, but you triggered the dog, bro. You forgot the dog is here. For those who don't know, when you use Invis in neutral without a TFC involved in any way, Rush is a very good boy. He'll come out and punish the invisible user by biting at their chip, deleting it, and then paralyzing them. So instead of invulnerability, you're vulnerable. That's a good boy, Rush. That's a good boy.
Yeah, and then the Guardian at the very end, getting the Punisher for the finish as well, activating on an air grab and basically giving us game. That was very close and a stylish ending as well.
Yeah, for sure. That Guardian really protected Cha's life points there. It just provided him a safety net to go for beast charges. He really had a home behind that Guardian. It was quite nice.
Yeah, definitely. But with that, let's head into the setup. So our next and final match for today with Shadow vs. Not Third Person. Alright, so we've seen Shadow play, we've seen the Folder, we've seen the Shield plays, and the Risky Honey. ×2.
That's pretty nice. Yeah, ×2 is very scary thanks to that emotion bug. I almost said hub bug. The emotion bug there, which flashes through anxiety, normal state, anger, and full synchro. So you have a 50% chance to get ×2 on your next chip. Very powerful alongside some bees.
We're looking at Not Third Person. We haven't seen their matches yet, and we see a very interesting breakout Folder with air shoes this time. I think it's very much an underrated play. So going air shoes, no custom but high HP, and using a double Geddon Folder with plenty of air grabs as well.
Not Third Person. I wanna say this is a really awesome build. I wanna say you got the HP, got some charges in there, some air shoes. Look, it looks good. Where's your shirt? Where's
Ooh. I mean, in this position,
Third Person shirt?
Putting Undershot would have caused Warp Bug, and Warp Bug is really, really bad for Gregor, as we saw in our second match with that.
Oh no, I agree. Where's his shirt though? Like, realistically speaking, we could have not played first barrier and played undershirt and still got the 2 extra charge +1s in there. Then we did have charge max. Their shoes.
Ooh, that's actually very interesting. I just realized you don't even have charge max. So deciding against using charge max is you'll lose on a few frames, but I think these frames really add up throughout long turns, and if your opponent's paralyzed and you want to get your charge shot in, they can make the difference.
You see, Trilo, Mr. Shadow in chat over there on Twitch chat, is saying Soul knows not to even bother me with shirt talk. And it's true. There's a hub match right there. He has shirt. You find the hub, you got your shirt on. Sometimes you gotta put it on mid-match, and it happens sometimes. I understand. But not third person. No shirt, man. I mean, granted, there are some games where shirt technically doesn't matter. Maybe this will be one of those games. Maybe we just win.
Yeah, I mean, let's head into the match and see how it goes. There is no base in this one either to
Last operation.
So
Wait, no, I have to say the whole thing. Last operation.
execute. Wait. No. All right, let's go into the match.
Okay, let's see what we've got here. Is that turn one bug fix?
Turn on bug fix and one of the B-nans. Okay. So that was Blast One. That would have been devastating with these grass panels as well.
Okay, to be honest, turn one bug fix is actually not that great here for Shadow because they want to have emotion bug. They want to have access to the bugs that are provided to them at the moment. Ooh, good static, good static, good static.
Ooh, very nice. Using touch shot to clear that first bite and then an immediate buster proc. These buster procs.
Wow. Times 2 anti-damage for 200 damage is pretty... You really did get these a lot, huh, Shadow? Eh? He wasn't joking. But yeah, so we will see Shadow opting not to take this bug fix for a decent amount of time, actually, because it's not a part of the main strategy that you want.
Yeah, and it might seem counterproductive to even run it, but I feel like it's a very interesting decision where at some point in the game you'll realize you want to do other things and you'll have to use that bug fix. And yeah, I agree with that.
Eat this. Oh!
The very nice movement, avoiding the second machine gun completely. Let's see if that one does connect in the backswing.
And that was a really fast boomerang. Mega Boomer don't play no games, huh? It's so good. No, you're supposed to take the B's, then the banish. It's B banish.
Yeah.
B banish.
Unfortunately, we won't be seeing that combo, and I think this order actually makes a bit of sense because you can use the grab banish to regain area, force the opponent away, and then potentially fish for the times two, especially when you see a slash cross. So, ooh, again coming into play. Let's see these shield plays from Shadow. And the lifer as well, which will
shield.
That is devastating for
Lifer
Shadow.
is so good here.
Forced to go the defensive now.
Stop charging! Stop charging! Use your shield! Use your shield!
Ooh, nice. Riscani to block one of the charge shots. And ending on an anger as well, but unfortunately no wind drags. So Shadow goes into Beast Out, he'll lose the anger and the emotion bug. So might be thinking about going to Beast Out, taking that hub badge.
He's uninstalled. That's right, he's uninstalled. He has no shield, BZ. Uninstall, remove shield, air shoes, float shoes, super armor, any other B left abilities you even have, just all of them gone. That's right. You can't do anything, buddy. I'm sorry, but you did, honey. So that survived you at least a little bit of time. Element Man times 2. You throw the fireball, does enough damage to this here.
And now shield is back, and we see that very funny animation with Slash Beast using the wind drag.
And the shield's back, baby!
Ooh, blocks it as well!
Oh, shield stocks! Shield stock! Shield stock! Shield stock! One great thing about Hub is that after uninstall, you get the shield back. This is called the double shield strategy. Very often used in combination when you play Hub Batch and shielding your NCP originally.
Ooh, this could be devastating.
This is also why it's important to save on the fall. Yeah.
Shadow now has access to a lot of very powerful options to go with that ×2. It looks like it's thinking about starting with an anti-damage, which might seem counterproductive, but if you think about it, your opponent's very likely to take a lot of defense if they see the anger. So what you could do is use your anti-damage, wait for them to use defense, and then TFC your Grand Mana Speed, which in this case would do ×2 damage.
Oh, there goes the ×2 anti-damage.
You force being
Come on,
used!
Force! No, we left.
Ooh, should have kept using your buster. Now ×2 Grand Mana Speed! Alosman is not going to block it even with an elect because of the very front, and that will do massive damage.
1, 2, 3. Oh, what an answer! Grab advantage is not the right one. Area grab. What are you trying to do? Here goes the Fall Cuss 417 to 304. We're cutting it real close, ladies and gentlemen, but it ain't over yet. We got bees on deck. Yes, sir. And I do believe we saw some plus area from our opponent. So bee banish is definitely doable here. A makeshift situation. Okay, they're going for the banish first, though.
Oh, I think banish first
they should really not do banish first.
Deal with defense. So kind of
wait. Yeah. No, this is correct. This is correct. We have the wind wreck here. A confirmed wind wreck.
Never mind.
Wimpus.
Oh no, and the judgment connecting. This could be game.
No follow-up. Grand Mana Speed.
There is still a chance. If this wind wreck connects,
that would have been game.
Everything misses.
Scrambles. It's a scramble. Okay, but what cross do you have that can do a decent amount of damage with these chip charges? All the defense being loaded up right here, right now. Maybe Tengu, you try to go for the Tengu breath to deny a life orb from being broken. That could be an answer here.
This is
tough. 10 HP is not. Do have undershirt though. Oh, my Sanctuary coming in clutch here to deny as much damage as possible. There goes the anti-damage as well. Oh, the damage bug is ticking. Okay, but they don't have an answer. They don't have any answers. Not going for chip charges is interesting. Get rid of the anti-damage here.
Wait, Grand Punish is going to deal with an invis and the defense, but now looking at Shadow's hand, he takes that. He wouldn't really have much. Just to bottom it down would be very difficult to land. Windrock being used. Is that going to be interrupted? It will! This might have just won Shadow the game.
Oh my gosh. Okay, it's not over. Everyone calm down. It's not over. There's no running away from this battle. I know you got 1 HP, but you gotta make it happen. Yeah, now we got a game to play. Element Man is a really good chip to have right now. We could go for the Element Wood, get the non-flashing damage, and deal with the Sanctuary at the same time. Erase Man in hand as well.
We might be waiting for defense because that's an anti-navi.
Anti-navi. Wow, it's not over.
Waits for it.
Element Man has beat now.
That's
what is going on?
See, not that person has Antisword and Element Trap, and this could be either. If this was Element Trap, that would remove. Looks like might be an Element Trap that would remove the life or no, it's an anti-sword.
It's anti-sword. Why are we doing what we're doing? Okay, you need to find an answer for this life aura, dude. You need to find an answer. What do you do? Single brother coming in.
Okay. Taking the Proto Mana Speed because that is an answer, and we know it's not an anti-recovery because that's not in the folder, and not the person going to Beast Over. Let's see if they have any other plays. Just gambling, get survivor.
They have no defense. They just wanted to live one more turn.
Life Orb could expire before the end at 1 HP. That's the only dream, but Blast Mana Speed will finish off, and Life Orb block and the block on the Windwrack making all of the difference. Now, game 2, that was an amazing comeback from Shadow. That one moment, just blocking that wind drag, that's why you always need to be careful. I mean, especially if you see your opponents running 3 grab banishes and plenty of chips that can counter you or deny your wind drag.
That's the whole thing too, right? You gotta be very patient with your wind drag because your opponent knows you anxiously want to deal with their life aura right away. Some people mash it out, try to get it out as fast as possible, but it is vulnerable to those counter attacks, so you gotta be careful.
Question, which I thought life aura went away after a certain number of turns, and it does, but because we were in normal game, that would be quite a lot of turns. I think it's like 5 or 6 turns, and not
yeah, it's a long time.
Yeah, but unfortunately, it wasn't quite enough. The machine gun comes down and being trapped by these broken pounds, and Shadow can't even use shield because Charge Cross has the break property attached to the Charge Cross.
Getting is so good for Air Shoes Greyguard because they could just immediately just start going for charge shackles. Any of their charge shots, really. Easy lineups, easy conversions with a Geddon, and still, I think the resurgence of Air Shoes Greyguard is nigh. We need to see that start coming back because a lot of people have been HP stacking and taking no shoes, which allowed the Geddon games to be rampant. But once Air Shoes Greyguard starts going, it becomes devastating to deal with, and the only answer you have for it is one uninstall. And if that doesn't connect, then Greyguard just does whatever they want.
Unfortunately, FC losing the anti-damage as well, and now getting uninstalled to lose shield. That's very unfortunate. If he hit again, counter. Gets the MC. Into the triple 1 HP for an outside person.
This is a bit of a soupy hand, but honestly, I think I would bring Groundman and Full Cust. That's what I would do. Predicting Slash Cross coming in this turn.
The unfortunate bit is we don't know what trap not that person has. I don't think it's an anti-damage, but it could be an anti-damage. So taking in Groundman SP can be devastating, especially if you go for times 2. And I think that's one of the main drawbacks of using Emotion Bug is it can come back. And yeah.
There is the slash. It could be anti-navi. You are correct. But now we can end the turn and hopefully bait the anti-navi because we have flashing up.
What's that anti-damage?
Anti-damage. Oh, but they had Invis anyway. Okay, so this is actually still better because now we could theoretically wait out this Invis, play some defenses. We have shield on deck as well. I don't think we got uninstalled just yet.
Now we see the option going into the Groundman and then using the Buckfoot. So trying to get that time through in the Groundman, and if that lands on a Slash Cross, it would be devastating.
Yeah, we're going to want to play very patiently though.
Another defense. So again, we don't know which one that is, and Shadow's going to try very hard to find out.
Good charge shot. Good charge shot. Invisible, that must mean it was anti-damage or something.
So many defenses lined up, and yeah, it looks like it wasn't an anti-navi.
I think the decision to use Groundman SP here was actually pretty good because we want to deal with these sanctuary panels some way, somehow, and we weren't going to be getting damage or value out of it any other way. So definitely a call here to go for that Groundman SP and get what you can out of it. Either way, we do get a nice punish if we can just get a counter hit with these bees into a really powerful Muramasa follow-up. It definitely has 500 damage already loaded up because we've taken so much already.
Yeah, but the unfortunate bit, and I think Shadow's saying in his mind, following the wind drag, then Muramasa will make it more likely for it to be on a Holy Panel, which can obviously minimize the damage you do with it. Never mind, Geddon comes into play and plays all of these panels. Shadow's waiting for an
decision here. Oh, in return, very nice.
Element Trap getting countered by bees.
Gonna get blocked here.
Oh no!
Oh, the scramble. The turn was ending. They wanted to see if they can get that connection, but the movement was really, really crisp here, and they were able to just completely avoid all that damage altogether. Very nicely done. That's a good life for it. Now they have immunity. Throw down the area grab. Giga chip levels time. One.
This is going to be very difficult for Shadow. We are still in normal gauge, so there is a chance in the Blast Man is going to deal with that life orb to get in a bit of damage, but is it going to be enough?
That invis was very well timed. It lasted the entirety of that turn, or the rest of that turn rather. I kind of like this hand here. We could potentially deal with the trap and maybe follow up. What if we get him sliding through multiple hits of the the boomerang? That'd be kind of crazy. Oh, if only you committed to being in the center.
Oh no, and the judgment too. Not what you want to see. This could be a Q forcing. Yeah, looks like that would take us into game 3.
Soldiers, assemble!
I think what we saw this game was Shadow, unfortunately, not getting his hub badge and having all of these different codes. So a lot of the turns, he wasn't really able to take that many chips. No fish to go with him either. But now going into game 3, he's faced with a similar problem. So it looks like he has to choose between a Boomer, the Blast Man SP, was that Proto Man? I didn't check it. Who is a Proto Man and an Element Man SP? Yeah, I mean, it's a difficult position.
It's always a hassle dealing with first barrier. Yeah, that was when you share the same bearing cell, bro. That's so funny. Get in. Static. The first barrier would be deleted if they try to go for a charge tackle. This is why we're not seeing charge tackle right now. They want to maintain having that first barrier. And there's no reason to give up to an opponent if they're not dealing with it right away themselves. Always put it on your opponent to deal with the problem.
I feel like if that was by 200 or even 100, that would have been worth it. But in this position, could have had at least like 200 something damage from just charge shots. So I feel like it's wasting quite a bit of value by not going to them in this position. So they're going for defensive taking invis. These cubes are actually allowing Shadow to survive for quite a bit of time. Proto Man SP having to be thrown away, but at least now, if Shadow starts with the grab banish, that will deal with both the trap and the first barrier as well. There it goes, there is TFC and a race man coming into play. But that was on a hole.
No, it was on a hole. Really unfortunate.
The machine gun coming down from both sides. Nice. Another area grab from that side person.
Holding on to the anti-damage was the right play. Gets it at the very tail end and a turn with the anger. Yeah, you're mashing it out. Mash it out. It doesn't matter what they do because you're forcing them to waste something. I mean, I guess you technically don't want to lose out on this damage, but I just agree. I just agree with mashing this out.
Yeah, I mean, not that person
I hope you
probably takes defense. But don't forget, not that person's playing on custom 5, so not a lot of options to pick from.
Plus 5 is always so interesting to me. In my opinion, the larger the hand, even if by 1, the more answers you can find, the more combos you can bring together, which is why the popularity of having Cuss 7, Cuss 8 Gregar players has surfaced. No defense! Goes for the Thunder!
I know not that person using their own element man, but unfortunately only deal with the anti-damage. There was defense, but just not the right order.
Nice judge, man. Gonna get the punish on wake up. Could go for a charge shot here. Goes for getting instead. Now I can attack you safely from this range and not have to step into anything. You value. Beat it out, baby. It's mind game time. It's mind game time, baby.
So that shield there blocked one charger, but effectively blocked two, because it meant that not that person had to wait extra time before using the second one. It looks like we have two golem hits coming in. Let's see if either of them connect. In this position, neither would land because of these broken panels. And I mean, surely not that person is going to cross out, right? Just no one look at the bottom right.
They have anti-damage. It's fine. They have anti-damage.
Yeah.
Good luck.
And the counter hit. So, I mean, we all saw that coming, but that was an amazing hit from Shadow, getting the counter hit as well as decrossing to do massive damage.
Times 2 golem hit.
Times
DiMaggio.
3?
Times 4.
I think it's times
I
3.
think this is 4.
Is it 4? I can never remember.
No, I think it's 4 because you're thinking of Blast Man on Grass Panel?
Ah, yes, correct.
Nice.
Oh, and
now
now
be banished shoe. This will be game. This will be game.
oh,
This will literally.
that is game. Oh wow, that's so much damage. That was an incredible finish. I mean, the golem hit was something, but then using the risky, and he had the perfect timing to get value out of the machine gun as well. Amazing plays.
Dang. Wow. Bees, 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 bees.
I mean, you could say it's the bee's knees. It's really good.
You could also say it's unbelievable.
True. You can and you should say that, and because that was an unbelievable match. I mean, very well played to both sides, and I really like this because it shows the value of shield in this matchup, but also emotion, which is another thing we don't really see much of. It can give you massive value if you're able to land these big hits.
I really appreciate it when players don't just do a thing that's common. Switch up the builds. Not a lot of these newer players are playing around. Uh-oh. All right. Easy.
Yeah.
We have to go back.
Go where?
Yeah, we have to go back. We have to go back to that tape.
Oh.
We have to count base.
No, I mean, it was 8 hits. It's fine. It was 8 hits. Don't worry. Don't lose any sleep about it. Yeah, I'm sure. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Which match was it? Just for no particular reason.
No particular reason. What do you mean?
Yeah, no, just don't worry about it. You know, the only way we will find out is when people watch the YouTube video and let us know in the comments when the video gets released. So make sure to tune in that and head to the YouTube channel where Salad edits these videos and adds in a lot of extra value as well. So you also want to watch them on YouTube. I will definitely not use the VOD to check after the match, but just don't worry about that.
I mean, I always watch the YouTube re-uploads. I just think they're really fun.
Indeed, they are, and you'll see they get improvements in the video as well, and get to see these matches. But with that was the end of today's stream. So thank you everyone for watching. Before we head off, I do want to say that you can still sign up for next week, which is the Blood Moon. It's a big tournament and lasts for 4 weeks with 2 stages. And we have cash prizes as well, thanks to all of the generous donations that we've been receiving on Ko-Fi. So if you're interested and you're able to play all of your matches, because that's one of the requirements, feel free to sign up, and I know I will. With that, let's head into the credits. So thank you again, everyone, for watching today's stream, and thank you to all of our players for submitting their matches and playing them as well. And huge shout out to Salad for organizing the tournament and working on the stream layout. I also want to give a shout out to people working behind the scenes to help us keep these tournaments running smoothly. So thank you to our scorekeepers, Rockin, Ricky Spark, Ricochet, and Packfire. And a huge shout out to Nonstop Mob for selecting these amazing votes for us this time. As usual, thank you, Saul, for joining us on commentary. It's always amazing and a pleasure to have you with us.
Thanks for having me. It's always a blast.
Definitely is. And I also want to give a shout out to our Core subscribers for their continued support. So thank you to Rock, Hunter x Hunter, Soup, Yamland Hero, Starlight, Aerodon, Char, AndMySax, Ricky Sparks, Racine, Bitmuffin, Zay, and Not Third Person. Thank you all for your contributions and for allowing us to do these tournaments and improve our budget. And for the future, we're also planning on merch shops and things like that. And Solid's working very hard on these behind the scenes. So definitely keep an eye out. But for now, that is the end of today's stream, and we will be seeing you all next week with the start of our Blood Moon, which is definitely one you don't want to miss out on. Thank you all for watching, and good night.